Welcome back for another video. It's Eharbad once more, and it's a bit of a summoning session coming up. We need, not for that, Eostrid. I don't know why it always does this. It defaults to Maud, who's at the top. Even when you click on, you can see it's Eostrid, but it's showing us Maud. Absolutely useless. There we go, Eostrid. Yeah, I didn't do a fusion rating. I haven't done a fusion guide. I'll just briefly touch on it. I think this is a pretty decent champion overall. AoE decreased speed is always useful, and reducing the turn meter is good as well. And AoE increased speed, increased attack for 3 turns, granting an extra turn as well. Like this, to me, she looks pretty strong. I like the fact that it's an extra turn and split across the 2 abilities. So if you were using her in arena and you went up against Polymorph, you would still get your full buffs away, including your TM fill, and then you'd only get polymorphed on the second part. So, there's a nice little benefit there. In terms of Hydra, I could feel like this could be pretty useful. Don't tend to get increased speed and increased attack together, so that's quite rare. And just generally in Curse City, there's instances where this is going to be strong. AoE hit with decreased speed is going to be pretty good. And then this whole healing all of allies based on turn meter increase could be pretty interesting as well. So, I'm not sure about how good this ability will be. Again, in Centranos, maybe it'll be useful for some of the Sand Devil stages if you're able to use her, because if you've got decreased speed or weaken out, it's going to be 100%, but you're not going to have decreased speed or weaken because before you usurp them, you can't land any debuffs. So it's a bit of an odd one, but 75% is not too bad anyway. And in terms of the actual schedule, just very quickly touch on it. There isn't much to say. We can basically get 110 fragments, so you could, in theory, skip 10. I am basically going to do the champion chase this weekend in full, which means I could either do just 5 fragments from the summon rush next weekend and everything else, or maybe, and what's probably more likely is I might just skip Dungeon Divers 3. But we'll see. We'll kind of play it by ear. There isn't that much to say about it, really. We know we have CVC from Tuesday through to Thursday for that period there, but there isn't that much overlapping. We can really go ham on the Spider and Dungeon Divers 2 during CVC, and we do pick up a bit of Dragon. Dragon's terrible to do during CVC, so I'm probably going to really focus on getting that Spider done. It's not a PR CVC, so it's not really a big deal either way. I also kind of think they'll probably throw some kind of Sand Devil in the mix here, which is a pain because it doesn't give Dungeon Diver points. I really wish they'd fix that. Anyway, back to the point at hand. And actually, moreover, I've been keeping this back because I wanted Dungeon Divers to drop so I can collect this now, and then I'll use the energy after this video. This I'll do today, just these 2, and then we have Magic tomorrow. These will be easily done, and then I'll be ready for Void on Sunday, and then need to kind of push through all of these. Shouldn't be too hard. This should be fine. That should be fine. And then we're back to waiting for Force stage of Iron Twins next week once more, which I don't think will we get before Clan Quest reset, because basically I already have 550 clan coins waiting, so I kind of wanted to get that done before I collected those, but maybe it will have to go into next week, we'll see. Then the other thing I wanted to say is I actually don't need any of these. I have 2 Newts, 1 Kyoku, 1 Sakia, 2 Cantras. I don't really think 3 Newts is going to push the needle very much for me. Maybe, and similarly, do I need 2 Sakias or 2 Kyokus? I definitely don't need a 3rd Cantra. But I do need a Fyrgun. Unfortunately, I can't just pick a Fyrgun. That's all I want. I don't need the legendary. I guess I should just pick Newt anyway. Or maybe I should pick Kyokun for Faction Guardians. I don't know. We'll pick Newt because maybe one day I can empower him, even though empowerment's not really worth that much. So I do need the Fyrgun for the Lady Mikage fusion. I do have a copy, but she's already level 60 and I don't really want to have to use that. Got the rest of the ones here for Tatsu, but still also missing Ilsinia, or Ilisinia rather, and Aishma. I'm assuming it's Aishma on the pronunciation. Someone will probably correct me if I'm wrong. So, hopefully we'll get all three. And I'm fairly willing to pull until I get Lady, well, not Lady, just Fyrgun. At the very least, if we go to the old champion chase itself, we need 3,650 to complete all the fragments. Above that, it's a long way before you get anything good. Mythical Tome and 1,000 tier 3 coins at 10,000. These are pretty appealing. But we know we need to get 3,650 and we know we want to get a Fyrgun. So I'm probably just going to say we'll pull 50, assess, and keep pulling. I'm hoping that within 100 shards we'll get her. But we'll just see. We'll see how the RNG goes. And we've got Armitage. Remember the other ones we're looking for. Anointed, actually not too bad. Pan, actually really good. I don't have Pan, so that's new. That's actually a really strong pull for one of the Cintranos rotations for that infamous epic only restrictions. We are up to 25x on the Fyrgun, but we're not seeming to pull the epics. There we go. Fyrgun done. We only needed 20 shards. Now the question is, do we need any of the others? What were the others? Is that Sir Armitage? It's not Sir Armitage. Arndulf or someone? And Ruella. Let's go and have a quick look. I definitely have a Ruella. I think the other champion here is Arndulf. I mean, the question is, how many do I have? Arndulf. I have 2. Ruella, I have 2. Fyrgun, I now have 2. I probably will keep Fyrgun in until I get another copy, because then I have a faction guardian of her. And you never know when 2 might be useful. And then when we have another copy, I'll probably just take the progressive off entirely. Pull another 20 and see where we are on the old fusion meter. Well, that's disappointing. How many have we pulled so far? I think that is 40 we've pulled so far. So let's pull another 10. I said we'd do 50 and then kind of reassess. No legendaries so far. A lot of rares on this one. Bit of tax. Oh, it hurts to see on a 2x, doesn't it? Really, really does. How have we got on? In the old champion chase, we are actually doing quite badly. I do kind of need to pull a couple of fragment summons anyway. I think I need to pull Mrs. Blademaster here to try and finish the double boss. And if I do want to finish this rotation, I also need to pull Rorik. So that would be an extra 1,000 points, basically, which would pretty much finish me now. But I don't know, a part of me feels like I should just go and get the 10,000 this time. It's one of these things, it's definitely tempting. Why don't I very quickly do a little bit of calculation? You know how we like calculation on this channel. If we jump over to the old spreadsheet, we go to summons, and we need to move this to ancient, make that all blue because we need the consistency, because that's what we're like on this place. And that would be 2x. And then what were our point thresholds? We need 3650. Then the next interesting, I'll just put the interesting point, the thresholds in. None of the rest of them matter. So basically, to get 10,000 points is about 188 shards. To get to our top is about 3690. If we said we summoned 2 legendaries, we would get to the 10,000 because that gives us 1,000 points. We can drop 1,000 off all of these, basically, is the way I'm thinking about it. We should have got to 2650 already on the 50 shards if we'd been on the odds. But we'd basically get to the mythical tome in 122 shards, or all the way in 169. It is quite a bit of investment more, to be honest. Like, that's from 50 to 170, you're looking at pretty much a guaranteed champion there. And whilst the progressive is very good to have a progressive on a 2x, I don't need any of the champions, so it does seem a bit of a waste, to be honest, to go anywhere beyond the fragments. So with that in mind, I'm actually gonna basically tap myself out at this point, and I'll just go and do these fragment summons that I need to try and complete the Cursed City. So there is going to be gold in this summoning, but it didn't come from ancient shards. So we got the old Zinogre Blademaster and Rorik. Let's summon them both. It's a bit of a shame. It hurts not bringing these out in CVC. It's a lot of CVC points. But there we go. A few new champions, some new toys. Rorik here with his AoE stun. Decrease turn meter, a lot of AoE stun. Sorry, a single target with decreased turn meter. I'm sure they had an AoE, didn't they? Or no, he just has a high chance to stun on the A1 and then like a solid stun on the A2. I thought he had an AoE stun. Whatever, he doesn't. He's immune to stun though, which is pretty helpful against those Taras. So he will be good for that. And then Zinogre Blademaster with the increased speed quad hit and increase attack quad hit as well. Should be fine not to book her, to be honest. 4 turn on the 2 quads plus a triple hit on the A1. We'll probably just put her in Relentless and try and get it done. And that's that. I thought Pan was new for me. Looks like it's saying Pan is not new. Maybe I pulled him recently. I definitely didn't have him last time we had that rotation. Let's do the old check. He's only have 1 copy of him. Was he a fusion at some point? Unbelievable. I don't think I would have fed him. He must have been a fusion, I guess. But anyway, I'll be building him up because, why not? This is a pretty good ability. Got the old freeze on the A1, which is good for any finite rotation. And then this is pretty decent as well, ignoring defense. Ignores res as well. Interesting. Never really looked at his kit, to be honest. But yeah, that's going to be that for this video. There's really nothing else I need to do. The last 150 odd will come from champion training. I'll just get back into campaign, a few mystery shards. They have depleted a bit. I did pull those 1,000 for the legendary tome. A sucker for a book. But I didn't get anything from the prism shards. I got 2 just random epics I don't need. I think they're still here. I think one was Magnar and the other, I think, was Armina. I'm not sure. But yeah, pretty happy with these 2 pulls. This I don't need. This I don't need. Spider I have already built a copy. Unlock all these ones that I don't need. Jingle Hunter I do like. I have one built though, so I don't need another one. And then just to really make sure I don't accidentally feed the champions that I want to keep, I'll just ascend them at one level. It helps keep a track of them. And that's going to be that for this video. As always, thanks for watching. Please do like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.